Jacob Alessio. Can we give Flores his respect for how he's handling this?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yes.
Who's not giving him respect?
No, without a doubt. Like, I'm loving the fact that with Brian Flores, man, you can not just feel it, but like when you talk to these players, like I've had a chance to talk to, let's see, obviously Alex Highsmith, Miles Jack, Levi Wallace, Isaiah Loudermilk, all of these guys at some point in time throughout this OTA minicamp time frame have talked about Brian Flores intentionally. Go out their way, not even prompt, hey man, what you thoughts on him? It's like, nah, man, like, yo, we're developing this and this and this. We're loving this and this, but man, having Brian Flores like having an extra head coach. Devin Bush, I think he said that verbatim. It's like, yo, it's having an extra head coach. And it is a legitimate difference when you have a head coach as a position coach versus a guy who's only been a position coach. Their understanding, their viewpoint is just different. So when you talk about Brian Flores being there, you feel that energy, man. These guys understand what that extra set of eyes and ears is like. And also the thing that I also like about Brian Flores being here is how, as players, and this is something that I was fortunate to experience just being playing for multiple teams and obviously having multiple coaches. When you're with one place, and this is where you kind of like started at, or you've been there for multiple years, you start to wonder, hey man, when the coach says this is a good play or they like this, is it more so because it's convenient because I'm here and they know it's some type of safety net, or do they genuinely feel that was good enough? They genuinely feel that, hey, this guy is a starter. He's good enough to help us win. Not, this is the only guy that we have available, so we're going to keep positively reinforcing that and hoping that he continues to play high. You know what I mean? Like, it just, you really deal with that. Like, man, is it for real? Is it not for real? Is it real? It's not for real. But when you get a chance to hear from outside, whether it's in free agency, whether it's you signing somewhere else, or in this case, you bringing in a Brian Flores, now that same compliment coming from an outside coach that's new, it means so much more because now you don't feel like this guy is biased. You don't feel like he has any reason to give you false confidence. He doesn't have a reason to blow smoke up your butt. If he doesn't think you're good and he's new to this team, he's going to say, hey, yo, you need to work on this and this and this. This is what I see. But when he comes and he's like, nah, man, I think that you're doing this well. I think you're doing that well. Now you're thinking, so, well, man, Coach T said I was doing that and that well as well. So you know what? All right, I'm going to dive into this even more. You know what? He said, I got to pick this part up. I do remember Coach saying that too. You know what? I got to do it for real now. Like, it's that type of stuff that really comes from having a Brian Flores there. And that's the thing that I do feel like at times it does get a little overlooked. You forget that part of just that reassurance from another NFL head coach, a proven guy. Because we saw what he did in Miami. We saw that. We respect the heck out of that. Coach. We definitely feel like he should still be the head coach. So for him to come here and be able to have conversations with Devin Bush and say, hey, you're doing this well, you're doing that well, that's going to help him. To hear him talk about this guy and that guy, that's going to help them. And as a whole, from the conversations that I've had with these players down there, especially on the defensive side of the ball, they all really, really do appreciate what it means having him there, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah.